All right. All right. If you're watching the playback, I'm live right now. I'm going to take the next couple minutes to wait for people to come on and then make sure that my streams are set up properly. I'm super excited that you are joining me today. I'm going to, well, first of all, if you don't know who I am, my name is Erica Crouppen, and I'm the owner of Crouppen's Poopin' Scoopin' and KPS Media and co-owner of She Built That female community for female entrepreneurs, where we platform on the school platform. Today, I'm going to be covering Content Creation 101. And in the meantime, I'm going to take a couple minutes. We're just going to make sure that our streams are set up right. I am going to bring Nicole. I'm going to bring Nicole on stage for a moment, and we're going to make sure that I sound good, everything looks good, so then I can get into the presentation. Hey, Kara. Hi, Nicole.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. You always look so cozy and tan.
I have a wedding today. It's fake.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Your audio sounds great.
Cool. I'm actually just using the laptop audio because the microphone, how I have set up, it's on my right hand side and I do a lot of right hand movements and I don't love it. So I need to actually readjust and move my mic set over to my left hand side because that will be more efficient.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Microphone looks good. I want to check to make sure that I'm live on Facebook. So let's check Facebook. Because this is the first time we've ever done this. So this is actually really exciting.
Yes.
I'm super stoked. Okay. Check my Facebook. Yep, we're live on Facebook. Let's check the YouTube channels. My YouTube and then the She Built That YouTube channel.
I'm headed to...
Anybody that's tuning in, if you could share it with somebody, if you could tag it with somebody that you think would benefit not only from Content Creation 101, but being part of a female community where female business owners are getting together and we're talking about business and much, much more. Okay, let me check my YouTube channel. Yep, I'm live on mine. Are you able to pull up the She Built That YouTube channel yet?
I'm trying. It's moving a little slow, but let me see. And that could be my connection.
I actually had to ask my son to get off the internet. I was like, please let me have all of the Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Okay, we're up.
We're good? Okay. All right, cool. So how this is all going to work, well, first of all, this is my first time ever doing this, so I have a vision in my brain. I am going to present some slides and we're going to kind of just go through the presentation. There will be a chat, which I really encourage all of you to conversate in the chat and ask questions. Once I'm done with the presentation, I do want to answer some questions, but I really, really want to do at least one live audit or a look through on somebody's social media where I can look at it and I can go through a couple of things and give you some of my tips and tricks and what I see, first of all, when I first look at it, because I think that would be really fun. So, okay, cool. Nicole, anything before I take you off stage?
So,
okay, all right, cool. I'm going to remove you off stage, but you'll still be in the, I guess it's called the green room or the waiting room.
Studio.
Cool. Okay.
All
right. Okay. Cool. I just want to say hey to Kathy. Hey, Anna. Hey, Kara. I want to thank you all so much for joining me. Before we hop into this, I had a thought, and this morning I woke up a little bit later than normal. I've really been slacking on my discipline when it comes to my schedule and waking up at 4 a.m. and working out and doing the things that I said I was going to do. And I've gotten a little bit, I guess, lazy. Like I'm doing enough, right? I'm doing enough to where I don't feel absolutely terrible. But I woke up and I said, you know what? You're going to go to the gym. You're going to go do some cardio because you want to at least stick to the schedule. You want to try. So I did my cardio. I came home and I was like looking at the clock. I'm like, I only have an hour and 30 minutes before I need to do this presentation. Super excited about it. I was like, just hop in the shower. You can eat afterwards. And I stopped. I said, no, Erica, you have a routine. You have a routine. Make your breakfast. Make your 2 eggs. Have your rice. Have your strawberries. Watch a video or a sermon or whatever you're going to watch during that 15 to 20 minutes. Then go get in the shower and get ready. I made my food. I stood in the kitchen like I typically do. And as I was eating, well, before I ate, I prayed. And I'll tell you what, this prayer was confident. Throughout my journey with my faith, I've been gaining more confidence as I'm learning to pray. Because when you first start doing anything, right, you don't know what you're doing. You don't know how to do it. You don't know how to ask for help. And this one was different. I feel like I spoke with authority. I spoke with confidence. I asked God to allow this stream to reach the people that it needed to reach and allow me to be able to deliver the way that I needed to deliver. Nice prayer, not cocky, just like a confident, good prayer afterwards. I was like, whoa, that was a good little prayer, Erica. I opened up my phone and a video from Jason Francisco was playing, and he often posts social media content, and I don't often see his face, but it caught my attention, and so I started listening to it. And he was talking about being bold with your faith and sharing it with people, not just online, but in person. And I thought to myself, I was like, this is incredibly interesting that I just prayed a very good prayer and I'm watching this video, because Jason was also saying that if you aren't utilizing your talents, your God-given talents that you have, why aren't you utilizing them? So in my mind, I started to think, I'm like, I do have some talents. I do have some talents when it comes to communication. And I've always wondered, like, why do I have these skill sets? The Lord gave them to me, and I've been refining them over the past 7 years with social media content. And because I have this platform, I am so incredibly grateful. And the Lord did tell me, like, Erica, give glory to God. Give glory to God today before you do your presentation. And this is how it's going to allow the people to find it that need to find it. So as I go into this content creation and I share what I have learned over the past 7 years, I want to give glory to God for not only allowing me to have the skills that I have, be able to have the confidence to continue to show up, and the blessings that I know He's going to continue to give me and all of His followers as we really lean into what we're supposed to be leaning into. So I wanted to put that out there, and that was really put heavily on my heart this morning. So let's get into content creation 101. Let me share my screen. Okay. Let me know if you can see my slide deck, which is the social media 101. I think I can make it larger though. Hold on a second. There we go. My question is, would you ladies, would you prefer to see me as well, or do you want to just see the slide? Let me know what you actually prefer. I'm going to wait a minute. Let you answer. Because I don't know what it looks like on your screen. It looks a little different on mine. Prefer to see you and the slide. Okay. I can toggle between the both. Okay. Anna wants to see just the slides. Okay. It's okay. All right, what you're going to learn today is, actually, I'm going to have to show the entire slide because I can't even read. What you're going to learn today, the main topics I want to cover: why you're creating content, who the content is for, what's the desired outcome, how to create content, and how to pick the platform that you are going to be on. And for those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Erica Crouppen, and why should you listen to me? This was actually really hard for me to put together because I hate kind of like, I guess, tooting my own horn, but I've accomplished some things. So let me do my little highlight reel. I'm actually the founder of Croupin's Poopin' Scoopin'. That's what started all of this whole thing right here. Was I decided I was going to start a dog waste removal business after working at my hospital job for 14 years. And I'm going to pick up dog poop. And I just remember, I'm like, this is so crazy. But I just felt it was like this pull deep down inside of me that said, this is what you need to do. And I was not a business owner. I had some people in my family that were entrepreneurs, but I didn't know much. But I knew that I was going to be able to figure it out. And I decided when I was leaving my hospital job that I wanted to record a video. I wanted to just say, hey, I put in my 2 months. Today's my last day at this job, and I'm going to upload on YouTube, and I want to document the process. It was an Android phone. It was grainy footage. But I stayed consistent and I continued to post. And from there, people started to listen, people started to tune in. And I was able to start a podcast. My YouTube channel has grown to over 8,000 subscribers with over 1 million downloads. And I've been able to get brand deals where I'm bringing in $6,000 a month in revenue. Some months more, some months less. But the average is around $6,000 a month in brand deals. And that's not including affiliates that I have with Amazon. That's not including money that I'm able to make from YouTube. That's not including other revenue sources that I'm able to bring income into. And so social media is so powerful because not only can you can connect with people, but you can also turn it into a business. And last year, I finally decided to turn KPS Media, or the media thing that I was doing, into an actual business and take it seriously. I tried to create a content course before I took my social media seriously and really started to get structured with it, but it wasn't the right timing. It wasn't the right timing. I had to do some more planning in order to get to where I'm at today, feeling confident enough to even present this to you. And the reason why I did this, hold on a second. Now I can't figure out how to get it big again. There we go. All right. On my platform, I've just showed up very like authentically, and I've done this by like building trust and showing up authentically, the good, the bad, the ugly. I'll show up polished, looking pretty like I am today, and then I will also show up looking hot mess express, no eyebrows drawn on, very minimal makeup, hair messed up. I think it's really important for my brand. What I wanted was to show up authentically because I really struggle like faking it. I hear fake it till you make it, which I've done that a fair enough time throughout my life. But when it comes to the content creation, it's incredibly difficult to do that. And how I was able to do this was just through telling stories. I think a lot of us look at content and we think about like, what are we going to create today? What are we going to make? What are we going to manufacture? But what if we just document what we're doing? What if we just tell a story? We slow it down and we have a connection with people. That's why I really, really, really liked YouTube, was because I was able to slow it down. I was able to do that long form content. I was able to explain why I was doing things, how I was doing things, and reflect on it. And throughout the years, like, even though my social media isn't massive, it's very dedicated, it's incredibly connected, and I'm able to make excellent income from it. And this is what I want for you as well. So let's talk about a little bit of statistics, which I did cite the sources at the bottom of the slide. So the average adult is spending about 6 hours a day on social media. When you get a chance after this presentation, if you could please look at your phone, and there'll be like a section on it where it can show you like how much time you're spending on your phone and how much time you're spending on social media. You're going to be shocked. I'm actually pretty disgusted at how much time I spend on social media. 98% of businesses or big brands, small business owners, are using some type of video for their marketing right now. Now, it might not be done well. It might not be done well, but they're still trying and they're still doing it because they know that it's effective for creating awareness for your brand. Either it's behind paid promotions or through organic content. And then 82% of people say they have been convinced to buy after watching a video. Think to yourself, how often have you been on TikTok or Instagram and you've seen something that somebody was promoting, jewelry, a cozy outfit to wear to the airport, something, and you're like, yep, I'm buying that. We've all been guilty. We've all been guilty of it. I do it more times than I actually want to admit. Okay, so you say you like the toggling. Okay, let me see if I can toggle back. Oh, there we go. Okay, cool. All right, so how I built a multi-brand niche. So I started with the pooper scooper, just one route. That's it. Okay, I'm out there, I'm scooping dog poop, I'm trying to figure it out. Then I said, okay, I'm going to just start sharing my stories. I'm just gonna turn on the camera, a cell phone, just turn it on and just start rambling and talking. I have no plan. I just know that I want to share this story. And then from there, I'm like, okay, people are asking me questions. People want to know about this stuff. They want to know how to do business. They want to know how to create social media content. And I was doing a lot of that stuff for free. But as time goes on, like, you only have so much time. And then I'm like looking at other people and I'm like, oh, they're charging money. Like, they're charging people to talk to them. Wait, you can do that? That's insane. So then I started off with like a little fee, and I felt nuts. I felt absolutely crazy for being like, if you want to talk to me, it's going to be $50. But I think we do this in our business as well. So my social media content is a business. Once I made it into an actual business, I have budgeted hours. I'm like, okay, I need to know what my man hour rate is. And if I am spending this amount of time doing whatever, I need to be charging this. And so I was able to have that mindset flip and mindset change when it came to the business. And then from there, I was able to expand it to multiple incomes. This right here was the first video that I was talking about. This was the grainy footage. It was not even in the format of YouTube. This is YouTube format. This was before Shorts. This was before TikTok rocked our worlds and changed the whole game with content. But yeah, I had recorded it like this, and the footage was very bouncy, and you could hear my phone bouncing around, and I talked very slow. I repeated 14 years more times than I want to admit. But I just got started. If I wouldn't have posted that first video, would I be sitting here talking to you right now? I'm not too sure. Who knows? But I did it absolutely afraid. And this video was posted 5 years ago. I'm so glad that I was able to document that journey. Now, what I want you to think about, I want you to kind of think about why you're going to be creating content. Because when I first got started, I just did it. There was nothing behind it. It was just, I'm just going to do it. But that has caused issues. That has caused issues with clarity. I would be like, why am I doing this? Who am I posting it for? And I would catch myself just sitting and like staring at my phone, like, I don't know what to post today. Should I post this? Should I not post? And it was just, I was wasting a lot of time and I didn't understand what the why was. But now I'm able to like look at it and reflect back on what the purpose was. And my purpose at that time, I was very, very lonely. I was incredibly lonely. And I just wanted to, one, document my process of what I was going to be doing so then I could look back on that and reflect. And then two, have an outlet to be able to express myself because I was really struggling with my local network and the people around me. The group that I had, the social group around me, was the group that I had when I was in high school. It was from my childhood. And I never really felt like I truly fit in. I always felt a little off. And my hopes was, okay, if I can talk about this business stuff and talk to like other people and strangers, maybe I'll be able to meet some new people that are outside of my circle because I was so hungry and so thirsty to just meet new people that wanted to talk about business, that wanted to talk about different opportunities that were out there and wild and crazy ideas and with positivity. I love positivity, but when you get around people that are so negative all the time, you catch yourself being negative. And I caught myself in situations that I'm not proud of and I was like, I don't want this anymore. Even though at that time I couldn't put words to it, I didn't know what it was. I knew it was something different. So I want you to think about, what is it? Why? Why do you want to create content? Do you want to educate? Do you want to inspire? Do you want to drive leads? Do you want to do all of that? You want to educate somebody to start a small business and then drive leads, let's say, for instance, then buy your course. Or you want to educate somebody about your service. You want to, I don't know if inspire would really connect with that, but you want to educate them about why your service is available. Inspire by like giving them free resources and free content if they wanted to do it themselves, and then drive leads. If they don't want to do it themselves, they can go ahead and they can come find you and you can take care of that for them. So there's a lot that goes into that part. That's more of like 102, not 101, which I really struggled putting this together because I caught myself getting very, very, very deep in the weeds and I had to stop myself. And just know that your why is going to change. We evolve, our goals evolve. That's growth. My why is much different now than it was back then. So don't beat yourself up and don't feel like you have to have it all figured out today, what your social media and what your content is going to look like 5-10 years from now, because you don't even know the person that you're going to be 5-10 years from now and the experiences that you're going to go through that's going to shape the content that you are producing. So my first why was I wanted to share my journey with creating resources for anyone wanting to start a pooper scooper business. There wasn't much out there, and I wanted to be the person that I wish I had when I first started my business. My why today, 7 years later, I create content to inspire and educate women to chase big goals and dreams, leveling up personally and professionally through entrepreneurship. The second thing I want you to think about is who am I creating this content for? Are you speaking like, who are you speaking to? Is it to an audience or is it a version of yourself? Sit down, take some time, think about it. It's like your ideal avatar. I know we talk about ideal avatar in business. Really take the time to focus and think on that. Wait a minute. Hold on a second. Can you see me now too in like the small in the corner of the screen? And you can see the big slide. Okay, cool. This has been bugging me out that I'm not on camera while I'm doing this presentation. Woo! Thank you, StreamYard. On to the next slide. Okay. You might be creating content for more than one person. Okay, you're creating content for your ideal customer, your avatar. Okay, who's that one person that you really want to focus on and reach? Okay, each video can be different. That's the cool thing is even in business we have different avatars. With poop scooping, I have the busy mom that has a couple kids. The kids are in sports. Mom and dad both work. They have a dog or two. She's so busy. This woman is so busy. But then I also have my senior citizen client. She's got that little, that little like Maltipoo, that little Maltese dog. She's a little old sweet lady, but her back hurts and she doesn't move as good as she used to. And her husband isn't around anymore. They were married for 52 years and there's just a lot going on. And we're coming over there to take care of that. Insert avatar. There are several of them. So the cool thing with your content is you can have like an umbrella of your avatars. And then when you're creating that specific piece of content, you're like, okay, who am I talking to today, right now? In the beginning, it was me. It was really just my past self. And then now it's like the present self. There's still a lot that goes on behind the scenes of who I'm creating content for. And a lot of it was, if I could help myself 5 years ago, what would that version of Erica wanted to know in entrepreneurship and in life? So what values are you bringing through your content? Are you teaching something useful? Are you telling a relatable story? Are you showing real results? Or are you inspiring action or emotion? So if you're teaching somebody something, this is where you're going to do a quick tips, quick lessons. You're going to help your audience solve a problem today. When it comes to relatable stories, I'm really good at this because it's like we've been here. We've been through this. I'm here with you. You're here with me. We're in the trenches together, which Kathy Nicole from Speedy Scoops brought this up when we were chatting the other day during our interview. And she loved the old content because she was in the truck. I was in the truck. We're just trying to figure this stuff out together. That's connection. We're in this together. Then with the show or the results, it's testimonials. It's social proof, right? We do this with our reviews. This customer had a bunch of dog poop and we came and we scooped for them and they no longer have the dog poop. Or their house was a mess. We cleaned it for them. It's no longer a mess. And now the mom doesn't have the mom guilt that she once had. It's social proof showing that you're able to deliver on what you said you're going to deliver on. And testimonials are so good for this. So if you're not getting testimonials in your business, I highly recommend that you work on that. And I'm speaking to myself because I got to do better about this as well. And then you're inspiring, you're striking emotion, like you're inspiring somebody to go out and do something. Trish is really good. Trisha Dork, like she posted all of her content about running marathons. And then I was like, okay, I'll go to Running Man with you. And I ran 21 miles, which I've never done that a day in my life. That's crazy. What? So what's the desired outcome? What do you want from creating your content? This is the next question I want for you to think yourself. What do you want to happen from your content? So once you've created the content, what do you want your viewers to feel, like, or do? Here's some desired outcomes. These are the ones that I typically get into. You invoke emotion. Okay, we're going to make them laugh. We're going to reflect. They're going to feel something when you share that story. Learn something. This is where how-tos. Okay, how to start a small business, how to grow your business from $0 to $100,000. I will do how to scoop your own dog poop on my on my business page, because first of all, that's going to get way more reach than, hey, I scoop dog poop and I would love to scoop dog poop for you. Now I'm teaching people how to do something and they're like, oh, she really brought some value. We all like, we can clean, we can do a lot of things ourselves, but why are we going to take our hard-earned money and spend it with this business? And if you provide value and people are like, oh, I don't want to show them what my secret sauce is. We live in 2025. The secret sauce is all over the internet. It's all over ChatGPT. You can literally find how to do everything and anything. So if you give to your audience and you serve them, you're going to get a better return. And then you want them to do something, which I had talked about. So you're wanting them to engage, you want them to share, you want them to take action. You want them to buy your service, or you want them to believe something. You want to like flip a switch. Nicole does really, really good stuff about mindset and inspirational stuff. And I've really enjoyed your content with that. And it's been cool to watch your stories. But it's like, how to flip your mindset and to live life better. How to create some simple content. And I'm going to tell you what, this is going to be the shortest part of this entire presentation, because creating content, it's literally just picking up the phone and hitting record. That's the easiest part. All the other stuff is what is a little bit more time consuming, and that stops us from picking up and doing the easiest part. So we're going to cover gear, we're going to cover sound, we'll cover some lighting, structure, how to film, and editing. Mild editing, because we don't need to get into the weeds about all of that stuff. So my go-to setup is a phone. You have one? You're probably watching me on the phone. What's the next one? The microphone. The microphone, you can use the microphone that is inside of your phone. That works perfectly. But if you want a crisper, nicer audio, then you can use something along the lines of the DJI microphone. This is what I have used for years. And what's cool about it is it has a couple adapters. Actually, hold on. Here we go. It has adapters to where you can plug it into your cell phone. It has an Android and it also has an iPhone adapter, and it just pops right. This isn't the right adapter for this phone, but it pops right into your phone. And then I have two little microphones right here, and that's what I hook up to my phone, and that's what I use for my audio. Then I also have my tried and true tripod. I have like 8 of these because I lose them continuously. My truck has one. My backpack has one. I have one in my vehicle. I already said that. Probably have 2 in my vehicle. One in my bedroom, one in the living room. They're everywhere. Okay? If you have 2, you have 1. If you have 1, you have none. Always have extra tripods. And this one goes like big. Hold on. It goes big. It goes short. And I like it because it's magnetic, and I can record vertical. Is this vertical? Whatever. This way and this way. You want to make sure that you record properly for the platform that you're trying to post on. Short form is always like this, and long form on YouTube is like this. All right. And then this isn't really a necessity, but this is a monitor to where if you want to use the back camera, you're able to see your face on the back camera, and it just broadcasts. You just hook it up kind of like you would cast to your TV. You do the same thing, and you're able to see what the back camera looks like. You don't have to use the back camera. It's a better shot, and it looks better. But that front camera works perfectly. No issues. All right. As for the audio, you want to keep your audio you want to keep it clear, because you could have the best video possible, but if your audio is a mess, people are not going to want to listen. A lot of people have audio issues to where it is like super frustrating when it's messy audio. So you want to keep that super clear. If you are doing a talking video, you want to find a place that is more quiet, because if you aren't using a microphone, then it's gonna your phone is gonna pick up on all of the audio all over the place. And something you really want to be careful with when you're posting on said Facebook or YouTube is copyright strikes. So if you're in an airport or you're at a business that's playing music that has a copyright on it, I believe if it's over 8 seconds, then you get a copyright strike. I have been so guilty of this, and I've gotten many copyright strikes. And I actually had not for music, but it was a copyright strike for an image I shared. They took my profile down for a month. I couldn't post any videos on my business page for an entire month. It was so frustrating. If you can use a mic whenever possible, I always try to use a microphone, but you don't have to. And then also you want to test your audio. So if you're sitting down somewhere, just do a quick little video just to test out what your audio sounds like. Hit play, say a couple things. If you plan on walking away from your camera for whatever reason, test the distance out to see how well you're being picked up on the audio. Lighting. You want to have good lighting. And you want to know why lighting is so important, because a lot of times with ladies, it's a confidence thing. They're like, I don't like the way that I look on camera. I look old on camera. I look fat on camera. I didn't realize my face looks like that. We see ourselves much differently. But I will say this, with the right lighting, things just look much smoother. They just look much healthier, and things do look better. So when you are filming, you always want to have some type of light onto your face. If I have a box light in front of my face right now, and it really helps lighten up my face. Natural light. You want to have natural light in front of your face as well. You don't want to be lit from the back unless you have other lighting around you that kind of balances that out, or really harsh overhead lighting, because that's going to show every nook, every cranny, every wrinkle, every hair, every anything. And you're going to be like, I don't want to post that because I don't like the way that I look. Have you been guilty of that, where you wanted to create a video, but you don't like the way that you look on camera? Take some time, practice, find your angles, find your lighting, and try to avoid the harsh lighting. And you don't have to have studio lighting. I just happen to, because I'm set up here with my studio. So I have a box here, and then I do have another filler light over here on the side, which I don't really use that often because I get really squinty in my eyes, and I don't enjoy that. It gives me a headache. So, but natural light is the best. And here's a couple other bonus tips. Have light on your face. Golden hour, that's going to be that morning sunrise, usually around like 8 a.m., 7:30 a.m. ish, depending on when the sun is going up. And then when the sun is setting, you have that beautiful glow. You're going to look good. Whatever you're trying to record is going to look good. Honestly, avoid those like that 2 p.m. lighting. That 2 p.m. lighting is terrible. I never in my life, I always look bald when I have to record because it just hits my hair a certain way. And I don't like the way that I look, so I don't want to post it. So if I have to record at 2 p.m., I'm going to wear a hat. I'm going to put a hat on. So you do little different things to be able to figure out how to record, because I do a lot of on-camera recording. And skip the dark. If you want to show an item, if you want to feature because you have a product that you're trying to sell, you don't want to record it in the dark because the footage is going to be grainy. It's not going to be good. You have to wait until you have good lighting so you can really showcase what it is that you're trying to show. The structure of your video. There's 3 structures. This is for short form, and this is for long form as well. If it's a longer form, you might have more hooks, like this cycle might repeat a few times throughout your video, but you're going to have your hook. That's your attention grabber. Okay, you want to get their attention fast within that first 3 seconds. We're not doing, hey, you guys, No, we're not doing that anymore. It needs to be, hold on a second. I'll tell you that in a minute. Then we're going to have our body. Body's going to be the meat, what it is. What is it that we want to talk about? And then a call to action. This is going to be towards the end of the video. What do you want the viewer to do next? Do you want them to comment? Do you want them to share your video? Do you want them to subscribe? Buy? What is it? So you're going to have your hook, get their attention. Body, you're delivering on what the hook was, and then the call to action. Your hook, it's gotta drive curiosity. It's gotta be a teaser. It opens the loop. It gets them engaged. It needs to be an example of, this one is, nobody ever taught me this part about business. In 7 years in, I wish I would have known this. Something like that. Or, you'll never believe what my dog did today. That's also another hook. That's a verbal. A visual hook is, say for instance, I love to start my audio hook, so my verbal hook, and then I also set my phone down. That's a visual hook. You could do another visual hook, say if there was ice inside of this. I don't have ice, so that wouldn't work, but if you be like, I'm thirsty today, that's a hook. That's a visual hook as well. That more gets into like 102 content, but that's kind of what a hook is. So you could do curiosity, you could do relatable, or you could do bold. Bold is going to be feather ruffling. This is where you're trying to get people upset, some type of emotion. I don't love to do these, but ones that I have done before is, your business is going to fail because of these 3 things that you're doing. That's like the most comfortable I feel with, like feather ruffling. But there's a lot of content creators out there that do this so good. I would stay away from rage bait. I don't enjoy rage bait content at all. I don't love it. I think it's nasty and it's super negative. So I stay away from that. But a bold hook, something that's feather ruffling, is always fun. But I love an emotional hook. I love a relatable one. Like, have you ever been so scared to climb a mountain? Me too. But guess what? I'm going to visit some of my friends this weekend and they're going to take me hiking. Let's go. And then you can lead into it. That's actually not happening this weekend, but that's just kind of what like came to my mind. And then the body. This is where you get to the point, right? You're going to deliver on what it is that you said you were going to deliver on. And if it's a short form, it's super quick, it's super fast. You want to have changes like every 3 seconds, unless it's long form. Long form's a little different. We're at a slower pace. We're taking our time. We're nurturing this story. So that all depends on what you want to create. And then also don't just tell, show. So that's an example of, you do a recap video and you're like, I got my hair done today. I drank some coffee. I chatted with my husband. I read a book. I took my dog for a walk. Okay. Where's the clip of you getting your hair cut? Where's the clip of you sipping your coffee, taking your dog for a walk, doing like a point of view? This way they're going along the journey with you. They don't have to be long clips, just short little 3-second clips. They don't even have to have audio. You can put a music sound over top of it and boom, there you are. You're creating the storyline in the body. And then you're speaking to one person. I really dislike the, hey everyone, hey you guys. I did this. I did this for so long. And then I realized how disconnected, because when somebody's watching it, they're not watching it in a room full of people. They're probably sitting on the toilet. They're laying in bed. They're sitting on the couch. They're out for a walk. It's just them. So you're just talking to one person on video, in audio. And so when you're thinking about it, really try to be aware of the one person that you're talking to when you're looking down these camera hole eyes right here. It's, hey, you guys. Hey, Heather. Hey, Nicole. We're building that connection. We're being relatable. We're involved. It's us. And then your call to action. This is where you're going to wrap up the video. What do you want them to do? Sometimes you don't want them to do anything. I'm guilty of that. I get real lazy with my call to action sometimes, especially on Facebook, because I'm just there to that's an outlet for me. I don't really put call to actions, but they can be very simple. Like if you're just showing yourself sipping on some water, you're like, oh, that's some good water. What are you sipping on today? Let me know down in the comments. That's a call to action. I want you to comment down below. So you can engage, you can follow the conversation. Just depends on what you want what that CTA to be. As for filming, just choose your camera type. Keep it simple. You have your phone. You have your phone, use your phone. Make sure you free up space on your phone. I'm talking to you. How many pictures and videos do you have on your phone that just doubles in nonsense? Go through it, clear it out, move it to an external hard drive if you need to, dump it somewhere. I know I'm a little psycho. I delete everything. I delete all of my videos and pictures. And then I go in to the trash and I pick out the important ones. I have so many in there, it's decision fatigue, that if I delete them all and then I go in and pick out the ones that I'm like, oh, I should really save that one. I like that one. That works best for me. I know that's a bold move. That's what's worked for me. It may not work for you, but give it a shot if you want to. You also want to frame up your shot. You just want to line it up, make sure it looks good. You can use the this thing that I had showed you if you want to use the back camera, but a lot of times you can use the forward facing one. You can see yourself, you're good. You can see yourself, you're good. Hit that good angle. And then guess what? Press record. Boom. You're creating content. That's it. And you might be like, what? That's it? That's it, Erica? But how do I get good? How do I get good at being on camera? How do I get good at talking to my audience? Go make 100 videos and then come back to me and we can talk. Go create 5 videos and then another 5 and then another 5. And after you've done 100 videos, then we can have a conversation about being good on camera. Your first 10 are going to be awkward. A lot of ums, a lot of likes, a lot of ands, a lot of pauses. You can edit all that stuff out. You can edit it. It can all be edited out. Just keep going. Then your next 20, they'll be better. They're not going to be great. They're not going to be great. You're not going to just be amazing after 20 videos. But then after 50, it becomes more natural. Your camera becomes your friend. It becomes almost just an automatic situation when something pops up in your business and you're like, that's content. That's content. You bust your camera out and you hit record. And then by 100, and then you can go back and you can reevaluate and you can look at what you've done and figure out, okay, what's going to be the next move? I have produced over 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel, over 1,000 videos. And still, I'm like, all right, I could tweak that. I said and a little bit too much there, like a little bit too much there. That's where the editing comes into play. It's perfect. When you're first getting started with editing, you don't have to do some masterpiece. This doesn't have to be a Casey Neistat type of edits. It just needs to be super simple when you first get started. You're going to remove the fluff. Any ands, any dull spots, any spaces that necessarily don't need to be there, remove those. Okay? You can use easy editing apps such as InShot. That's what I like to use. Or you can use CapCut or any of the editing apps that are inside of, any of the editing features that are inside of the apps that you're using. I preferably like InShot. It's just easier for me to navigate. And then when you're in the actual platform, a lot of times you can add captions onto your videos. I do recommend adding captions because most people are watching your video on silent a lot of times, and they'll turn up the volume if they need to. But if you have the captions, they're able to listen. If it's an audio, they're able to listen to what you're saying in a quiet place. And then you want to keep your video moving. Like I had said earlier, every 3 seconds, something different, a zoom in, a zoom out, a shift, a word popping up, something. But that doesn't have to be right away. That's just something that I've learned and I really like to do that really keeps our attentions in 2025. All right. So we're going to pick our platform. Okay. We're going to pick one platform. We don't need to be everywhere. I have tried to be everywhere. It's exhausting. And you might be like, Erica, you're all over the place. Yeah, I am. And it's expensive. I have a team. I have a team of people that allows me to be everywhere at once. Because I was wearing myself ragged trying to be on all these social medias. YouTube is best for your long form. This is, you're going to build trust, evergreen content. This is great for SEO. This is great for small business owners. Croupin Poopin Scoopin has wonderful SEO, and a lot of it's tied to my YouTube channel. Facebook. This is going to be your local businesses, your community. You're going to stay top of mind. This is great for local small businesses. You're in the city of Westland. You're in the city of, insert your city. You want to have your Facebook page. This way you can mingle in the groups and you can mingle with local people. Instagram, this is really good for if you're a visual storyteller, you have that great aesthetic, like you just have that vibe. I struggle with that. That's not my thing. That's why my Instagram is wah. And you can do a lot of connections and a lot of converting. A lot of conversions, business deals happen over on Instagram. Then we have our TikTok. TikTok is messy. This is where it's like you're showing the behind the scenes. This is where the drama is. This is where you can be super unpolished. I personally removed TikTok from my phone because I realized it was allowing me to become a little too unhinged and I got a little too uncomfortable over there and I didn't like the vibe. So I deleted TikTok off of my phone at the beginning of this month. I believe it was September 10th. That is the day I deleted TikTok from my phone. So if you send me TikTok videos, I'm not watching them. Twitter, if you can type, if you love written format, Nicole, I feel like you got to have a Twitter because you love to write. This is really good for like good ideas, opinions. You have to have tough skin for Twitter. You got to have some tough skin over on Twitter, which I don't. So I don't hang out on Twitter. And then you're also going to LinkedIn. This is going to be your professional. This is where you're going to be networking. A lot of business professionals over there. I know it's important to have one. I just don't spend a lot of time over there. Okay. So pick your platform, figure it out, really like digest it, figure out where you want to hang out. You got to figure out where your audience likes to hang out. Where do you think your ideal customer that we talked about earlier, like who are we creating this content for? Where are they spending their time? And where are they going to spend their money? Also think about who you are as a person. Think about who you are. Like if I try to spend time over on Twitter, I'm never going to do it because I'm not going to post anything over there. And same with LinkedIn. Like it's just not for me. Facebook. YouTube. Oh yeah. So natural. My vibe. I absolutely love it. So pick the one that is going to be the easiest for you because you want to keep showing up consistently. Okay. Whew. That was a lot. I can't believe we're at the end now. All right. So the content creation 101 recap. We defined your why. We know why you're creating this content. Okay. We know who we're going to create this content for. Okay. We will figure out what we want them to do after they watch that content. We talked about the basics. It's the easiest part. In my opinion. And then we're going to pick the one platform and we're going to commit to it at minimum three months. But I would really like for you to commit to one platform, showing up every single week, if not 3 times a week. I would love to see it every day. I know that's a lot to ask of you, but if you can just show up 1 time a day on your platform for a year, you are going to be amazed at how much growth you've had and how your platform is performing just by being consistent. Just by being consistent. Okay. And that is the end of my presentation. We're at 54 minutes. I'm going to bring Nicole. I'm going to bring you on for a second. Do you have a couple minutes or do you have to boogie right at 12?
I will have a couple minutes.
Okay, if not, you can boogie and I can hang out for a little bit
Okay.
longer because I really do want to do an audit. Okay. So I'll remove you from the stage. For anybody that wants me to audit their social media, I only have time for one. This went a lot longer than I thought. Yapping too much. Drop your preferred social media link in the what is it? In the chat. The first one that pops up, that's the one I'm going to audit live here for you and give you my thoughts. So I'll be watching the chat. This is fun. I want to do this again.
Who's brave? Who is going to be brave today and drop their social media page? I'm looking.
Don't be a chicken. If not, no worries. We can always do it at a later time. I really liked how Clay did the audit on the Google business profile, and that's where I pulled the inspiration from. I'm like, that would be so fun.
Yeah, it's really great. It's really great to just get some constructive feedback and perspective on how, because we can get really like lost in the sauce, I guess, with our own pages. So, just seeing how others see what we're putting out because we're so close to it. So,
And that's what it is. It's like I struggle with this too. And I know there's work that I need to do on mine because we are so close to it.
mm-hmm.
And sometimes you just kind of lazy too. I'm like, I don't want to do that. But we have to. We have to be intentional. We have to like, do people even know like what we're talking about on our social media?
Yeah,
Especially on our business page.
right.
Yeah. Okay. Well, nobody is putting it in the chat. That's okay. That leaves room for next time. We
Mm-hmm.
have 3 more minutes. If you want to type something in the comments, we can answer it here. But if not, I just want to thank you so much for taking the time out of your Saturday to spend an hour with myself and with Nicole and the She Built That community.
Chris, I really hope that today's Content Creation 101 helps you to take that step to creating your social media. So now you've got a really great foundation from Erica on how to get started. Chris said, I still don't have a social media site yet. I'm in the beginning of trying to start something. And
Oh,
honestly, just getting started, I think that's the beautiful thing is sometimes along the way, that's where you figure out exactly what your message is.
yeah. Yeah. I think too, like picking your platform, figuring out where you're going to be, because that's really going to help. That'll help mold your content as well,
Mm-hmm.
depending on how loose you can get.
So
Anna
Kara
said,
said, oh, go
go
ahead.
you.
Okay, you were saying, Anne said, can you
I'll put,
send where you purchase your goodies?
oh yeah, Amazon. I should have had those links already together. They are listed in the She Built That community in the classroom. And you're in our community, aren't you? I know you are. They're inside of there. If not, when we'll do the recap, I'll put the links to everything that I talked about in the recap or in the description. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all. Nicole, I hope that you have a wonderful time at your wedding.
Thank you. Thank you. A day of love. And just want to, before we end this, want to give love to you. And that's really what's happening in the comments right now is everybody is just thanking you for the way that you presented and the information that you presented. And so I want to echo that. I will say I've been following your social media for a long time before we even became closer. And I really appreciate the way that you share your story, the way that you are authentic because we are all looking for we can sniff out authenticity and we're looking for that and we're looking for connection. So had to be here with you to attend this because I knew this was going to be some really good information. So thank you.
And I appreciate you being here with me, because what this is all part of what I was longing for this entire time, was to have like-minded people around me. And the fact that you're here with me and you're on camera and we're doing this together, I don't think you understand how much this means to me.
All right, we're going to get emotional.
I've been so lonely, and I've talked about it before, and it's just
Yeah.
I'm bummed that Trish couldn't be here, but we know she's here in the comments somewhere because she's
here in
awesome.
spirit.
Yeah. All right. So real quick, Heather said she's going to make her first post in the next few days. Heather,
love that.
Because you're a part of our community, when you post, tag us. Tag us. We want to love on you in the comments. So please incorporate us.
Love
Okay.
this, love this. Oh, so good. Amazing. I know the comment.
You both bless so many people. Keep it up and keep inspiring. We love you, Kathy. Coach Lee, thank you for this. You're welcome.
And then Erica, for anybody who's joining us that is not a woman that is part of She Built That, do you want to share really quick how to join the community?
Oh, yeah. Let me grab the link.
Okay.
Should have had
this
that
community
already.
Has been a game changer. And as Erica has said, part of this stemmed from, wanting to create what she wished she had and wanting to have that community and connection. And, the whole point, for everyone to understand as we show up to do this is that we're not meant to do this alone. And She Built That has been an absolute game changer. So I read the comments and I see what the community is posting every week. And it's just so beautiful because everyone is just so blessed by people showing up, the information, the support, the guidance. It's incredible. It's an incredible community.
Also, I wouldn't be able to do this on my own. I tried to create a Croupen's content lab last year by myself. And I remember spending so many hours working on it. And I was just like beating my head against the wall. Cause I'm like, first of all, the vibe's off. This sucks. My heart's not into it. It's not right. And so when I was in Vegas and I always have an amazing time when I'm in Vegas. One, because I don't drink and I get to really like open my mind and I get to relax. I was like, I have to create this community, but it can't be alone. So that's when I went and pitched it to Trish, and her and I were talking, and her and I were like, okay, we can't do this because this is going to be so much bigger than anything that we can even wrap our minds around. Who can we get to help us? And when we were describing everything that we needed, we're both like, Nicole. Nicole is exactly who we want in here with us. And it's going to keep on growing, and we're going to keep, I don't know where it's going to go, but it's going to be good.
Yeah. Yep. It's amazing. We've got some just incredibly brilliant, kind-hearted, positive, like you talked about today, positive energy. Like, oh my gosh, just the women that we have in here is like, I get so excited to log in every day just to see how everyone's pouring into each other and lifting each other up, and the information that people are sharing. Yeah, I think we could pull some people off the street that had no interest in being entrepreneurs and just make them absolute baddies.
Hey, all right, cool. I love it.
We're the link is there. Awesome.
You don't hang up yet because I think your video needs to render before I close out the stream. So yes, to everybody that's watching live, thank you so much.
Thanks for joining.
Yeah, thank you. Bye.